Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to update my stock price prediction for Nvidia stock. This is my second stock price prediction update for Nvidia stock in 3 months. The company keeps outperforming my expectations even though I've been bullish on Nvidia stock all year. In fact, I placed Nvidia stock as one of my top stocks to buy for 2024. I made that list on December 30th. Despite that fact, and despite my bullish prospects for Nvidia, the company continues to outperform those expectations. So in this video, I'll update my Nvidia stock price prediction, evaluating the recent developments that have come out that has increased its prospects for the rest of the year. So without further ado, let's jump into this video.
I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.
Alright, so to make this stock price prediction, I'm going to need a few numbers to make this calculation. The first number I need is Nvidia's current stock price, which is at $878 per share. This is up significantly to start the year where the stock price was around $500 per share. So it's up $378 per share roughly for the year. And if I go back longer term, the stock price is up even more than that. Of course, if you followed my recommendation at the beginning of the year and bought Nvidia stock, you made a lot of money on that recommendation. I'm certainly happy to hear that many Nvidia stock investors have made plenty of money on that recommendation, even though the stock has been even more bullish than I expected to start the year. And in fact, when I made this video about a month ago, when I updated my first Nvidia stock price prediction, in this video, I upgraded my stock price prediction for Nvidia stock in 2024 to $775 per share to $825 per share. I usually provide a range and not just one price point. So I provided that range of $775 to $825, which is $800 at the midpoint of where I expected Nvidia stock price to be by the end of the year. And of course, as I already shared with you, it's already at $878 per share. So in a month's time, it blew past my recommendation price target for the year. So I'm upgrading it here in this video. So I need a few more numbers to make this prediction. I also need Nvidia's price to earnings ratio. Right now, Nvidia is trading at a price to earnings ratio of 73.63. I'm going to need this when I make my stock price prediction. It's going to be one of the estimates that I use. I also need Nvidia's estimate for earnings per share for the current year, and that is here $24.50. That's the current year earnings per share estimate. Now, what you'll also notice is that this current estimate for earnings per share, now let me remind you, this is from a consensus of Wall Street analysts that are following Nvidia stock. They present their forecast for where they think earnings per share will come in their current fiscal year, which you'll notice their current year is 2025, even though we're in the calendar year 2024. It's an annoying thing that companies are allowed to do, have fiscal years that are different than calendar years. Nevertheless, what you'll notice is their estimate of earnings per share has continued to rise over the last few months. 90 days ago, analysts were expecting $18.79 from Nvidia in terms of earnings per share for 2025. Then they upgraded it 60 days ago to $20.58. Then they upgraded it 30 days ago to $21.52. Then they upgraded it 7 days ago to $24.50. So this earnings per share estimate for this current year has continued to increase for Nvidia. So just like myself, who has been under optimistic for Nvidia stock, even though I've been bullish, I've not been bullish enough on Nvidia stock. So is Wall Street catching up with Nvidia's earnings expectations, continuously upgrading and upgrading and upgrading Nvidia's prospects for the current year and the next year as well. That's how strong Nvidia's results has been. And in fact, That's how strong most AI companies have been in 2024 and late 2023. I've been talking about how every quarterly update we get and every monthly update we're getting from these AI companies continues to be better than expected, better than expected, better than expected all the time, over and over again. And it seems like as bullish as investors have been on artificial intelligence and artificial intelligence companies, we haven't been bullish enough. We haven't been bullish enough. And that's a scary thing, right? Considering all the hype that's been around AI stocks and AI in general, and all the price increases that some of these AI stocks, including Nvidia, has demonstrated, it's still not even bullish enough. And that's a scary thing to see how quickly this market is moving higher. So now, let's look at the price prediction. So we've got the $24.50 earnings per share estimate. I've got the calendar here. Let me put in the fiscal year of $24.50. I got that from the Yahoo Finance consensus estimate from those that are following Nvidia stock. And then the $73.63 for the price to earnings I got from the current valuation, $73.63, here from Y Charts. So if we have Nvidia continuing to deliver $24.50 in earnings per share for its current fiscal year, and the price to earnings ratio stays at 73, the stock price could rise to $1,803.94. Now, I will say I don't think this scenario is the most likely scenario. Still, if things move forward the way they have been and they stay the same, this is where the stock price could be. Now, another scenario which I think is more likely is the price to earnings ratio decreasing, right? I don't think the earnings per share estimates will decrease. I think its earnings per share are going to be as high as estimated or maybe even higher. But I think what's going to decrease is the price to earnings valuation. So if it decreases to 60, then Nvidia's stock price could rise to $1,470. A robust gain to be sure, but also another scenario I don't think is the most likely. Now, if the price to earnings falls to 50, now we're getting closer to the scenario that I think is more likely. The stock price could be $1,225 per share. And finally, if the price to earnings ratio falls to 40, the stock price could increase to $980 per share. A scenario that's much more closer to the valuation estimate I'm going to provide in this video. Now, the stock price is currently at $878 per share, and it's up significantly to start the year and for the last 3 years overall, and for the last 10 years, to be frank. If you look back at Nvidia's history, the stock price has performed excellently. So what's my updated stock price prediction? Well, let me remind you, my previous prediction was $775 to $825. I'm upgrading that recommendation. I'm increasing it to $950 per share to $1,050 per share. So between $950 and $1,050, or $1,000 at the midpoint for where I think Nvidia's stock price will be by the end of 2024. That would be a roughly $120 gain, or more than 10% gain from here on out. Now, you might say this prediction is not optimistic enough given Nvidia's gains already for the year, but given the information I have in front of me, this is what I think Nvidia's stock price will be by the end of the year. Now, we're going to get a lot more information this coming week when Nvidia holds its conference. That's truly hyped, and a lot of investors are looking forward to this. And as always, as more information comes in, I'll provide an update to my stock price prediction should it require an update. Let me remind you, Nvidia is on my list of top 24 stocks to buy in 2024. So I'm already optimistic. I'm already bullish on the stock, and I think it's got an excellent future ahead, to be sure. Before I let you go, let me tell you about the greatest deal on YouTube. With just a click of a button, you can get free financial analysis from a professor with decades of investing experience. So what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you again soon.